This is exactly how we help companies identify use cases for AI agent integration. After 4 years of building AI solutions, we have now developed a battle tested approach to identify where AI agents can truly help businesses. Most AI implementations fail not because the technology isn't good enough, but because companies target the wrong use cases. The value frequency matrix is our core framework to identify AI opportunities. This maps every potential use case for AI along two dimensions along value, how important is this task, and frequency, how often is this task performed. So, this creates four quadrants: high value, high frequency, high value, low frequency, low value, high frequency, and low value, low frequency. Most companies instinctively target high value, low frequency tasks, and this is wrong. The sweet spots that we have found work the best are initially in the very first stages targeting low value, high frequency tasks, which act like a perfect starting point: phone screening agents, email reply agents, customer support, doing all of that first, where users and employees inside the company are willing to try out alternatives for these repetitive jobs, and the cumulative time savings are massive. The risk of failure is low, and the stakes are a little bit lower. After these, the ones we directly jump to are high value, high frequency tasks. Tasks that offer maximum transformation potential but require more careful implementation. And these include daily operations like creating cold email campaigns, repurposement of content, and any other knowledge based tasks which might take an hour of knowledge work down to just 15 minutes. So, here are the five exact places and patterns where AI agents excel. Number one is information extraction, reading and pulling data. When humans read documents and type information into systems. An example of this might be real estate agents extracting property details from emails or listings. Something that might take between 5 to 7 minutes per listing now can be done in just 30 seconds. Second is multi-system data collection, gathering information from different tools. When employees jump between different platforms to combine information. So marketing teams spend hours creating reports from analytics from social media platforms and project management tools and their content calendars to just see what works and do more of it. Something which can take 10 to 15 hours can be shrunk down to just a few. Number three, template based content generation, writing similar things repeatedly. When teams create variations of similar content following existing patterns. An example of this would be everything under, of course, social media content generation, but also copy for ads, copy for email campaigns. Number four, instant answer generation, quick responses based on existing rules. When employees answer repetitive questions using standard criteria. And this is not just for customer support, but also for technical support. If you are a hardware company with a large repository of hardware devices and your technical support teams are answering questions for your customers to help them troubleshoot something, this is a good example of that. Or someone in the logistics space needs to check delivery statuses across multiple carriers. AI agents now can do this. And then finally, something that is a little bit more ambitious, which is finding patterns in messy data, making sense of unstructured information. When valuable insights are buried in hour long sales calls, in chat messages, in Slack messages, we now have the ability to pull information from them and identify patterns which would have been previously difficult to be found out. So, a staffing agency extracting candidate details from thousands of phone screens and automatically updating their ATS accordingly. Now, after the use cases are identified, in practice for the actual AI agent implementation, there are three levels. Level one are single purpose tools. Whenever we start projects, we start off with building Streamlit UIs or standalone interfaces which automate one specific task without anything else, just that one specific task. Users have to manually input any additional information, but they just click a single button and get the results. When we are testing AI adoption, it helps us isolate important tasks and get immediate results to check feasibility on what works and what doesn't, and why not. An example of this would be instead of building an AI agent to fully handle every single reply for cold emails, we would build a simple Streamlit UI where you just enter the copy of the previous email and get previous email history and you get new responses. Level 2 are automated workflows. And this is typically everything that you see on social media a lot. So using N8N's Make.com or Zapier to connect existing tools with AI. And this typically works really well when you have to connect two or three tools in mostly linear workflows, which don't have a lot of recursion and workflows that also need to be changed frequently. So all those N8N workflow examples fall into this category. Finally, level 3 are fully autonomous AI agents. These are custom systems operating independently with minimal insight. And this is, of course, what we are moving more and more towards. When we first started back in 2020, 4 trying to build these systems. We were using LangChain, Crew.ai, and all of that. And then we kind of paused because the models were not there yet. But as the models get there, we'll now start to see more and more adoption of these tools. And now, finally, talking about the process of implementation, right? We have phase one, which is discovery and mapping, where we document real workflows, not the official process, but the actual one. What employees are actually doing when asked to do a specific task. Every single click, copy, paste, all the documents that they use, Excel sheets, everything. That's the first stage. Second is that we build a proof of concept. So we build a functional prototype handling real data. Timeline required for this is typically between 1 to 2 weeks. And the success criteria here is getting to 80% accuracy in the common scenarios. And if you're doing any text generation, we use semantics scores to get the same benchmark. And the final phase three is production deployment, rollout, and education. So the full solution along with error handling for all of the edge cases, integrating this with existing systems, and then finally educating the employees about how this system works. That's part of the last step. And what we have found as we have worked on more and more of these systems is that for most AI systems, you reach about 80% of human performance relatively easily. And what I term that as is you're able to do a specific task better than 80 or 90% of all human beings. But then once you reach the 90th percentile mark, once systems surpass human performance, further optimization yields diminishing returns. We have built systems which perform better than about 90-95% of humans, but just get into the last 5 or 1%, it has minimal gains. At that point, you're better off using Copilot style workflows. So, finally, what kind of ROI can you actually expect from these solutions? So, the improvements aren't really incremental. They are not 10% improvements. They are in many cases transformational. So an example is Lovable made UI development for us 20 times faster. ChatGPT makes email responses 10 times faster. And then meeting transcription, of course, is just crazy fast. Previously, we had no ability to do all of that. So AI in most cases isn't incremental, it is exponential. And these are not projections. This is something that has happened right now. Everyone has seen this happen. So in your company as well, there is no reason why this shouldn't be the case. Finally, when should you not try to implement AI agents? So anything that is very, very subjective, anything that requires deep human empathy, critical conversations and sensitive topics, which even the models might object to. And second, constantly changing processes. If humans can't define it, the AI can't learn it. Third is zero error tolerance and no historic data, where both of these come in. AI agents can't typically work that well. I'm Rohan Sawant. I run Ionio. We help organizations adopt AI. But hey, if you need help with AI in your company, drop me a message. Thanks. Bye bye.